What is up, folks at home? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to take a dive into the top 5 lures that you should be throwing to catch bass in the month of February. So let's dive in. We got a bunch of underwater, a bunch of great baits to cover today. We'll see you there.
Nice fish. And there, my friends, is the first catch of the day.
Guys, we just want to thank Bare Bottom Clothing right here for sponsoring this video. Literally, we've been wearing their core collection underneath our ice suits all winter. I've got it on right now. These core collection hoodie and pants literally have kept us warm all winter. If you hit the link in our bio, you can get 20% off. Bare Bottom gives a ton back. Every item that you buy provides a meal for a child in need. It's 1-to-1. So if you buy 5 hoodies, they're providing 5 meals to children in communities of need. Plus, they use ethical and sustainable fabrics in all of their products. Their core collection is on sale right now. You can get 20% off if you hit that link in our bio. Go ahead and check out Bare Bottom Clothing. All right, let's dive in. So, February, you're literally looking at the rock bottom of water temperatures. It's all the way down. The ice is coming off. The water temperature is at their lowest. It's not going to get any lower than it is. So that means a couple things. One, fish are going to be in transition again from their winter haunts up to the places they want to spawn in the spring. And 2, search baits are going to become a big part of what you are throwing every day. So just like December's top baits, February's top bait, the first bait that I'm going to start with in ultra cold water is the blade bait. Now, the peak of blade bait bites is going to happen right after ice out. Wherever people are catching panfish during the ice, you can go out there and start smacking bass on a blade bait. Now, my favorite blade bait to throw is the 1/2 ounce Damiki Vault. Love this blade bait. It's literally going to get bit in the worst conditions and the coldest water temperatures. It is pure reaction, right? You've got 3 different holes on this bait. One first hole you're going to use for maximum action. 2 you're going to use for fishing flats, banks, or other fish. And then the rear hole is when you're vertically jigging that bait up and down. You can do all 3. I love to cover water this time of year with the Vault. Chuck it out there, literally walk it back to you really slow. Not a big, like summer stroking a jig, not what you're doing here. You're literally bringing this bait up so it vibrates 3 or 4 times and then letting it fall slow. Bringing this bait up so it vibrates 3 or 4 times and then letting it fall back slow. This bait is gonna account for a lot of my fish catches right after ice out when I'm looking in those deep flats and deep areas where those fish have been wintering. Now, as those fish begin to move up, typically we have a clear water period up here after ice out. Initially, you get ice out, you get a lot of rain, you get stuff, and then you enter into this period of transition where you've got a lot of clear water, right? When we're still in the hoodies and the core stuff up here, I am going to start throwing the jerkbait. Now, the 110+1 and the 110+1 Junior and the 90 are going to get a ton of work for me. And I like baits at this time, that Megabass transparent bait, right? Literally is a killer in cold, clear water. Megabass is the ultimate jerkbait for cold water fishing. It is the most dialed in. Here you can see I need to replace this treble hook because I caught so many fish on this last year that I bent it out. So need to replace my hooks before I go back out. Don't want to lose a fish. But the Megabass Vision 110 series, Vision 90, 110+1+2, all great options. If the fish are deeper than 6 feet of water, I'm throwing that +1 to get it down there. They're not going to come really high up in the water column to get it. And I'm talking about 6, 7, 8 second pauses and then working from that slow retrieve up into your 3 and 4 second pauses. You're not going to get into 1 or 2 second pauses now. The water is simply too cold. But give that Megabass jerkbait a try this time of year. Now, there is a special bite that I look forward to every year after ice out up here in the North Country, and that is the channel bite. For whatever reason, in the North Country up here, we're talking middle of Indiana, north, the channel bite is insane after ice out. The crappie move in there, the bait fish move in there, those channels and pockets warm up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 degrees faster than the main body. What I'm gonna throw in those channel mouths is the chatterbait. Now, the chatterbait is the first bait that I'm gonna pick up after ice out when that water clarity is off. Now, I have two different chatterbaits here. I'm either throwing green pumpkin with a clear translucent rattleworm trailer, or I'm throwing that day glow orange red color, right, with some kind of grub trailer. If I'm around bass that are feeding on bait fish, I'm throwing the straight tail trailer with the green pumpkin. If I'm around panfish, I'm throwing the day glow orange color with that grub trailer. And here's why. The thump that these puts off is completely different. This is a better clear water bait. This is a better murky water bait. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate through both of these chatterbaits in the mouths of those channels and start working my way back into those channels in the month of February, because February is all about transition, right? What we want to focus on are following those fish in. You don't want to start in front of them and work back. You want to start out and work your way in, and you're going to find them somewhere in the middle. The chatterbait is a great tool to do that. I like the rattleworm 4.5 trailer in clear water. It's got that extra rattle in it, gives it a nice kick. Or I like that Yum Fat Albert grub with that big kicker trailer on there if I am around panfish eaters. Great options, but different tools for different jobs, right? Up next, fourth, I am going to throw the single swim bait, specifically the Mayor from Crush City in the 3-inch version, and I'm going to throw it on the 1/4 ounce or lighter upgrade jig from Ebb N Flow. This bait is an absolute killer in clear water, and I'm almost gonna fish this like a Ned rig when the water is cold. I'm gonna fish this, and the upgrade jig is meant to stand like this on the bottom. So this looks like a bait fish that is feeding on the bottom or being lazy or being lethargic, and bass are going to hold up in those channels in those shallow areas. Plus that upgrade's not letting that bait come off of there ever. So I am going to literally catch hundreds of bass this spring throwing this 3-inch bait. You fish it just like a Ned rig, except it has that nice swim bait kick and swim on it. The Crush City Mayor material is really good, and the thing I like about it, transparent colors in clear water. This bait cannot be overstated, right? This is a straight up way to catch fish that a lot of guys overlook. Fish have seen Ned rigs left and right now. You have to be a little bit different, and this is a heckin' different package to work this slowly across the bottom and drag it, and fish are going to react appropriately. Trust me. Now, the last thing that I'm going to throw is another new bait to my arsenal, but it's built perfectly for this time of year because I usually fish a tube there, but like I said, I like to be different. So next up we have the Great Lakes Finesse Juvie Craw, and it has that special tungsten jig head that comes with it. This is a 3/8 ounce head in a compact size. That is tiny. Here it is compared to a tube, right? So here's a tube in a VMC, tube head compared to the Juvie Craw. Look at the difference in those baits. The Juvie Craw literally is a compact tube. In the cold, cold, cold water, I'm looking for a compact bite. Plus, if fish are gonna bite this craw, they're literally getting straight hook. A lot of times fish will nip at a tube in cold water, and look at the difference there. That's all hook right there on the body. You've got an extended area on that tube for fish to make bites. So, one thing that you want to be really conscious of is the size package you're presenting in that really cold water. We're not to the height of spring where you just want to start throwing bigger baits to get a reaction strike. Here, I'm trying to generate bites and I'm trying to locate fish. Once I find fish, I want to slow down, soak those areas with either the small swim bait, like a Ned rig, or that Juvie Craw, right? I want my primary search baits to be those chatterbaits that I'm throwing through there, that jerkbait when it applies, and of course start with that Demiki Vault. Guys, we hope you enjoyed what's been going on the channel lately. We've really branched out. We brought in Dave, we got Sam, we got Caden, we got me. We got a ton of stuff going on the channel right now. We're starting to feel a lot of good vibes rolling on the channel. We want to keep that going. Once again, huge shout out Bare Bottom Clothing for sponsoring this video and making this possible. If you guys like what's going on, give us a like, subscribe. Go get 20% off, buy you some hoodie, buy you some core shorts. There's all kinds of really cool stuff there. Help us help you out. We'll see you next time, guys. We out.